Okay, so what if you could literally see how someone else thinks? Today, we're diving into a really powerful framework that helps you do just that. It's all about something called making thinking visible. But seriously, think about it for a sec. How can you actually see what someone is thinking? I don't mean just their final answer. I mean the whole messy, winding journey they took to get there. It's a huge challenge in, well, pretty much everything we do. And that's because thinking is, by its very nature, totally invisible, right? It's all locked up inside our heads. And when you can't see that process, it's incredibly hard to understand where someone else is coming from, to work together effectively, or even just to question our own biases. But what if there was a set of tools designed to make that invisible process, well, visible? That's exactly the idea behind visible thinking routines. These are simple but really powerful frameworks that were developed at Harvard's Project Zero, and they're designed to do one thing: get our thoughts out in the open where we can all see them, work with them, and build on them together. All right, so here's our game plan. We've talked about the invisible problem. Next up, we're going to look at routines for starting a conversation, then for connecting the dots, and after that, for going even deeper. We'll wrap it all up by showing you how to build your very own thinking toolkit. Okay, let's kick things off with a situation we all run into. You've got a new idea, a new project, a new proposal. How do you get everybody to really explore it from all angles, right from the get-go? A fantastic tool for this is the Compass Points routine. So imagine you're in a meeting, kicking off some bold new project. Instead of just a chaotic brainstorm, this routine gives you structure. You look at the idea from four key directions. First, you've got E for excited. What's the absolute upside here? Then W for worrisome. What's the downside? What are the real risks? Next, N for need to know. What are our blind spots? What info are we missing? And finally, S for suggestions. Okay, what's a concrete way we can move forward? This makes sure you get that full 360-degree view before you dive in. So you've explored an idea from every angle. That's great. But how do you pull it all together and capture its true essence? How do you get past just the bullet points and get to the core of what it all means? For that, we need a different kind of routine. This brings us to a really creative tool called the CSI routine. And no, it has nothing to do with crime shows. It's all about getting to the heart of an idea in a more visual, intuitive way. So let's say the big idea is innovation. The first step, C, stands for color. What color just feels like innovation to you? Maybe it's a bright electric yellow or a cool silver. There's no wrong answer here. It's all about capturing a vibe. Next up is S for symbol. The goal here is to boil the idea down to a simple icon. So for innovation, maybe it's a light bulb or an arrow pointing up. That symbol becomes this powerful little shorthand for a much bigger thought. And finally, we have I for image. This is where you create a mental picture that tells the whole story. For innovation, it could be a rocket launching or a seed sprouting. That final image captures the entire essence of the idea without using a single word. Pretty cool, right? But, what happens when things get really complex? When there are strong, valid arguments on multiple sides of an issue? We're going to need a tool for that too. And that's where the tug-of-war routine comes in. This one is perfect for exploring those tricky dilemmas where you've got strong arguments on both sides. Let's say you're debating a new work-from-anywhere policy. You literally picture it as a tug-of-war. On one side of the rope, you list all the factors pulling for it. More flexibility, a bigger talent pool. And on the other side, you list all the things pulling against it, maybe concerns about company culture or collaboration. But here's the key. It forces you to not just list the points, but to really dig into the reasoning and the evidence behind each tug on that rope. So we've only looked at a few of these routines, but hopefully you can see they represent a whole new way of working and learning. And this isn't just some abstract theory. It's a practical toolkit you can literally start using today. So why does this matter? Well, when you make thinking visible, you start to get a much deeper level of understanding. You create real collaboration because everyone can literally see each other's thought process. It helps you uncover creative insights, reason with actual evidence, and maybe most important of all, you build that incredible skill of seeing issues from all sorts of different perspectives. So I'll leave you with this one final question. With these new tools in your toolkit, whether you use them in your next team meeting, in a classroom, or just when you're wrestling with a tough decision on your own, what invisible thinking are you going to uncover first?